Aloha, everyone. Welcome to our Halloween special. Special playdate, that is. Hi, Betsy.
Hi, Jonathan. Meow. Look at you, handsome. Holy mackerel, I love it.
Not bad for only 20 minutes. Yeah.
20 minutes. I look like this in a half an hour, so, you know.
If I'd given myself an hour like I planned this morning, it would have been, a little bit better.
Hi, Maria.
Hi, Maria.
Hello. My halo is so old. Look at my poor halo. My halo is so old. This halo is, quite honestly, this halo is 10 years old.
No.
Yeah. It was purchased. It was purchased at Savers. That tells you how old it is. Savers has been going here for a long time. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, and now I lost the crystal that told me it had to come. My Galena spike my sister gave me that's like an amplifier.
Yeah.
Don't know why I needed amplification today, folks.
No, I don't think either one of us needs amplification.
Hope you're buckled in, because I'm vibrating over here.
Okay, take a moment. Let's have a sip.
Sip, sip. Yeah, I'm drinking chamomile tea. I've had this much caffeine, and I'm drinking chamomile tea in an attempt to stay in my body.
I'm having a little ice mocha, and I haven't really been drinking coffee lately, so we'll see how I go.
I was off for a while when I had COVID. I wasn't and so I was off of coffee for a while. But life. Right. I like my life decaffeinated a lot better, but sometimes with work,
you need a little sip.
Sip, sip, sip.
Okay.
So who's feeling the new moon?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Going on energetically, it's crazy.
I know, and yeah, I've had there's been quite a bump up all of a sudden with people reaching out. So yeah.
Maria says sip, sip.
Sip, sip. And where's the gang? I'm guessing your notification hasn't dinged yet, because
I don't think my notification popped yet, but
yeah. New moon and eclipse. Yes.
Sorry, I'm not wearing my glasses.
And Mars in retrograde, folks.
Mars not just in retrograde, but it's also in retrograde in. Oh God, I'm blanking.
Venus, isn't it Venus?
No. It's Mars in a particular sign.
Yeah. Yeah. Mars and Venus. Yeah.
Scorpio.
There we are. Hey, here we go. Notification just popped.
Notification popped. Aloha, Debbie. Welcome.
Hi, Debbie. Cool. Welcome. You're witnessing Jonathan and I buzzing. Both of us are like really tuned in psychically, and we're just So get your questions ready, everybody. It's going to be a good one. I even have decks lined up that insisted on coming to the party today, which is so weird for me.
Sticking with the Halloween theme, I pulled out a couple tarot decks. Trick or Treat Tarot and Jack-o'-lantern Tarot. I don't know. I'm just in the Halloween mood, as you can tell.
Halloween mood, yeah. And there's something. There is something pecking at my back that said, "Don't do grounding today. Don't put your shields up today. Just let us come in."
Stay wide open so anything can come through.
This is when I'm doing mediumship. I think sometimes people think maybe I'm not authentic because I ask for first and last name, their date of birth, and how long they've been gone. I ask for those things because you want to talk to your Uncle Richard. How many Richards are up there?
How many Uncle Richards?
how many uncles and how many Richards. Anything that identifies with Richard now has just been invited. So I always tell people that I want to know exactly who we're calling because it's a giant filing cabinet in the sky, and I open the right drawer and I go through the right files and grab your Uncle Richard, and we can communicate with that one. So.
Sorry, I just caught Mimi chewing up a pencil.
Yum.
Why would you chew up a pencil? You really want that graphite? I mean, ugh.
Well, graphite makes things.
Have a mess to clean up later when we're done.
Yeah. Graphite makes things run through quickly, so maybe she needs a prune.
My. Maybe she's been getting into the cat food a little too much.
As they do.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, I'm just loving that makeup. The longer I'm watching you talk and communicate, and as I'm seeing it move with your face, it's just so artfully applied. It looks marvelous. I mean, you could have done Cats. You could have probably done a better job for the movie Cats than what they did.
I love painting faces, and who do you start on? Yourself, right? Hi, Gerald.
Gerald, he's lurking. I'm going to be on Gerald's channel next.
Yeah, not too long.
In 2 hours-ish.
How long did that take? So I'm not wearing my glasses, so I'm like, what is that?
Oh, yeah. How long? Okay.
So I didn't have a lot of time this morning, so I threw this look together in about 20 minutes.
Can you believe it? I threw this look together in a half an hour. Somehow it just doesn't seem fair.
Wow, you got to remember, in my late teens, early 20s, I was obsessed with theater. I learned all about costume pattern drafting, how to distress clothing so it looked great. Like I just finished yesterday distressing Frank's shirt because he wanted to be a pirate. So he bought like a nice dress shirt at, what was it? Some used store, I forget now. It wasn't Rainbow Attic, but so he brought it home and got a few pairs of clothing shears, and I went to it with shears, a lighter, a mud puddle, some ink, and now it looks like a proper pirate shirt.
We will appreciate seeing the photos.
Yes. I mean, I've just been, and then I also was obsessed with stage makeup for a long time. So, with several classes. Our mutual friend, Kimmy Marr, who's a makeup artist here, sometimes volunteers to do face painting, and she's had me help her.
Did you see Kimmy's post on Facebook this morning?
Mm-hmm.
She was bitten by a brown recluse spider on one of her legs, and she was trying to work through it, and she's ended up with a pretty nasty staph infection. She is getting medical help. In her post, she's been to the Doc in the Box twice and to the ER. So she's on antibiotics and she is getting treatment.
Wow.
Scary.
Well, after this, I know who I'm calling. Just check in on her, make sure she's okay. Crazy.
I know. I don't guess you can do acupuncture on a staph infection now, can you?
If it was a staph, I would actually go to the herbs first before the acupuncture.
Right.
Just get them started on the herbs, and then once the herbs have been going for like a week, and then get to it.
Yeah.
And I know an acupuncturist here who insists on being able to cure staph without using antibiotics. I'm like, why wouldn't you use everything available? But it just doesn't make any sense. And
staph is pretty aggressive, so I don't know that I would want to mess around with a staph infection too much. That's like
and it's rampant here in the water. Like Frank had a staph infection on one of his hair follicles.
Wait, did you guys go to Cove Park? Were you in Cove Park?
Well, he was. It was years ago, and when he went to the doctor, because he was fine, and then all of a sudden his knee started swelling up, and it was
that's what
crazy.
Kimmy said. Yep. She
and
did.
just, like, out of nowhere, it started swelling. He went to the emergency room. They're like, yeah, it's staph. You probably got a hair follicle infected when you were swimming in the ocean.
I could see that in freshwater more than ocean water, but what do I know? It used to be back in younger days when my body was still functioning at its peak, just going in the ocean would speed up wound healing so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
I think maybe I might have just gotten a notification.
The problem is there's been too many like spills into the ocean from like raw sewage and that kind of stuff.
Oh, you mean like all the boats that used to just go from not quite a mile offshore and dump the heads?
Right. All those cruise ships, they were just dump.
Well, not just the cruise ships, the day trip boats too used to do that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's only been the pump out station at Maui came on board before 2010. Mm-hmm. I would say probably around 2005. So before that, all boats in the harbor were supposed to go a mile offshore to dump. But I mean, how many booze cruises go a mile offshore? None.
None of them.
Yeah.
Hey, Kristen Louise, welcome.
Hey, Kristen. You haven't missed a thing. We're just chit-chatting kind of here. Jonathan and I are both really plugged in, so I don't know.
And I was just tapped on the shoulder and said, you need to start pulling cards. I'm like, okay, we'll start with the collective.
Oh, and there's Jamie. Hi, Jamie. Maybe should we take a stab at some grounding? Or
I was told just forget it.
Forget it? Okay, let's just wrap. Okay. I'm just going to ask I'm going to ask my guides to just put their bubble around me and let's rock and roll then. Mm-hmm. Oh, Maria asked if she may have a message. Do we want to do?
Let's start with I'm being told start with the collective. Start
with the collective. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of getting that. I almost feel like we need a beginning and an ending for the collective. My poor Halo.
Well, we'll start with the collective and we'll end with the collective.
I think that's brilliant.
And if you want a question.
Yes, if you'd like a question.
I will be starring them as well as I can see them, but I'm not wearing my glasses right now. So I'm like, what does that say?
I was hoping Penny.
I'm 47. I have not only a far distance prescription, but I got a up close near prescription as well.
Yeah.
Aloha, Claire.
Oh, Claire. Hi. Claire has a channel too. Please, everybody, go like and subscribe. She has a brand new channel. She is one of my very first YouTube friends. She is in the UK. She is a beautiful tarot reader. She has the most lovely interpretations. So go check out her brand new channel. Thanks for being here. Wow, it's so good to see you. I haven't seen her forever. And I'm missing all of your lives because we're on opposite times.
I know.
Yeah, wait, I saw Peter was lurking.
Hi, Peter.
Oh, Penny's lurking. Hi. Penny's doing admin stuff, it sounds like, at work today.
Here we go. One from Chris and Louise, and we got one from Debbie.
Oh, Penny just popped in to say hi. She couldn't stay. She did say she was.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Yes, Claire probably wasn't expecting to see us in full on costume, but hey, it's such a big deal in the U.S., right? Yeah, Peter, spot on there. It is. You can tell by the way she rocks back and forth. I was laughing about this. I've determined she's a 10-year-old Halo, so she's a geriatric Halo. And so she's running out of juice. Can no longer contain. So yes, you guys, if you have a question, please pop it in.
Thank you, Jamie. Jamie just put Claire's channel in.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. If anybody has a specific question for spirit guides, please pop in something specific. If you're asking generals, I am so trippy today. I'm probably going to use decks too. So
I pulled 3 cards for the collective here. You know what? Now that we've had the
I tell you what, please.
There we go.
It just actually enhances. It's awesome. Actually, just now you're the professor cat.
Speaking of cats, hey, no, Mom, I can't come up here right now, little dude.
I tell you what, I'm just spinning harder. So you guys, if anybody has a specific question for spirit, please pop in.
First card I pulled was Queen of Pentacles. Look, she's sitting there eating a cookie. I guess she's supposed to be the Wicked Witch that likes to eat children.
Oh my.
Because you have like dolls representing kids and then like a big tub of candy right there in the corner. So.
Well, that's a little different interpretation of the Queen of Pence that I'm accustomed to. What do you think?
2 of Cups, we have Romeo and Juliet, right? And I love how their cups have crossbones on them. You can see that.
Cool.
Red dots are crossbones. And then our final card is the Star. Doing that ballet dance in the middle of the street. Right? Who cares who's looking? God, I am so plugged in right now. It's ridiculous.
I'm telling you, this is weird.
Like I have the giggles.
Yeah.
So we're really nurturing our bodies, nurturing ourselves, focusing on nurturing, right? That's all I'm getting. It's nurturing ourselves, nurturing our relationships in a positive way. You know, if your relationships are feeding each other poison, it's time to move on. And the final advice here is, you know, dance like no one's looking. Okay, that is part of being able to embrace yourself, be who you are, and really just like be in touch with your own body. How else can you get in touch with your own body other than dance? Dance is like one of the most amazing ways to tap into that internal feeling, that internal self, and really get in touch with your body. I mean, there's so many people out there now who have no connection to their body, none whatsoever. And it's like, get out of your head, back into your body. That's what's going on here. That's what a lot of it is. And once we start getting into our body and really like centering more on ourselves, centering more on getting rid of those relationships that are poison, and focusing on bringing ourselves joy and tapping into our spiritual guides and listening. And the shadow card, we have the 8 of Wands, which is a great card here. All those bats flying around. Once we're able to tap in and just be who we are, things will start popping so fast. But until we are in our own body, instead of being out here trying to figure things out, we are internal creatures. We live inside looking out. So until we change the focus, that is kind of, we're going to just be stagnant. That's what I'm getting here.
That kind of goes along with something that we were talking about before we went live. A message that I was getting loud and clear this morning at 5 a.m. was whatever intuitive impressions or information you're receiving, whatever is pressing in on you, to go to it, to not question it, to embrace it. And if it's something that's concerning for you or maybe even a little bit frightening, trying to keep it at arm's length, you know, denying is never going to work because it's already here. Educate, do a little research, find out some information, learn how to manage, learn how to figure out how to make whatever this is work for you.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Wow. Whew.
I know. Luckily, we can focus because Maria, I believe, was up first with
I scarred pretty much everything that I saw. Let me just
hallelujah, because my mod skills were bad even when I was focused. So,
and I couldn't even see while I was doing it. Not sure how that happened. But,
do you suppose it's maybe I need to move the Galena a little bit farther away? The Galena, it could be partially responsible for the Twitter. The Twitter energy here. But yeah, let me put it next to some rose quartz. Let's do that.
I've been IT guy and Julie Kushawatz.
Hi. I have been told not, and there's Pamela Batchelor popping in. Hi,
Pamela.
I have been told not to put on my purple jade. I am not allowed to seal off my boundary on receiving.
I know. I got that same thing. No grounding. Just go with it, and whatever comes through, comes through. No, Mom, I can't come up here, dude.
Vicky C just popped in. Okay, so Maria, can you put up? Oh, you already did. Oh man, I have a message from my guides. Okay. I'm being asked to use a chakra card, so I know what we're working with here.
I was told to grab the jack-o'-lantern tarot because it would have a better voice for her than the trick-or-treat tarot.
Okay, so it's a combo. I've been asked to select 2 cards. Okay.
Oh, dude, you can't come up here right now.
I know exactly what this is now. Okay. I'm going to show my 2 cards. They told me I can. Is that all right, Jonathan?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I have heart and crown chakras. 2 lovely cards going together. So your spiritual quest, the place you're seeking to go, it does involve the heart chakra energy, all things that surround in that, which we don't need to go through the list of love and oneness and acceptance, yada, yada. But the message for you is not to fret. I've been shown that you've kind of slowed down a little bit with this, like partially closed off some of this with the crown chakra because you're concerned about being hurt in the 4th chakra. That there's some, and it could be history has, for you has been that risking tapping in and sharing who you are in the spiritual plane can end up being hurtful on the 3rd dimensional plane. And they're saying that while this is true, to keep working to figure this out, keep going to figure out how to make this balance work for you. Being a spiritual person, no, they're correcting me, being a spirit in a body that is doing earth. They want you to retain ownership of that while you're going about your day-to-day, and to trust that while it's not everyone's cup of tea, that notices you as a spiritual person in the world, while it's not everyone's cup of tea, they may not support you, they may not give you words of approval or praise. It's not going to kill you. You've already survived 100% of these episodes, and to continue on, to just continue on and keep refining it and keep trusting the process, that this is going to eventually work out well for you.
That goes perfectly with the cards I pulled. The first card I pulled was the 4 of Swords, which is like, normally I see this as rest, but in this case, I'm seeing the message from the guide that's saying, stop checking out from your body when you're connecting with us. Because you help ground us in this reality when you connect completely, physically and spiritually, right? So stop checking out from the body when you're trying to contact the guides. The guides are with you when you're in your body. Okay. The next card I pulled was the 10 of Pentacles. And for me, this screamed like really loudly that your guides, there's some guides that are, spiritual guides, but then there's some guides that are your ancestors. And your ancestors are saying, you are the love of thousands. Stop checking out from the body. Again, stop checking out from the body. We are part of you. We are in your blood. We are in your bones. So there's no disconnect, okay? Don't stop that disconnect. That's what I keep hearing. Stop disconnecting.
Yeah, she said she was starting to protect her heart and she was hoping for a little more support from her family, but they only see their point of view. Yeah. Luckily, they don't inhabit the entire population of the earth. They're just a small portion.
Well, and that's the thing, is the ancestors are coming through really strongly saying, even if your physical family is not supporting you right now, your spiritual family is. Your ancestors know what you're trying to do. They're trying to help guide you. But you need to stop checking out. Just because your physical family is caught up in the 3D world doesn't mean your ancestors.
And to kind of flip a little bit, it could be splitting hairs, but flip the perspective a little bit. Instead of baby stepping in the world and trial and error and hoping the world reflects back to you that it's okay before you become your whole self, they're saying become your whole self. And the world's going to reflect that instead. To just be you in the world. And don't ask people for permission to be that. Don't run things by people that you don't know how they're going to receive something. Just like, hey, I want to be honest with you. Here's my disclosure. Nah, no. Just unnecessary. Do you.
Perfectly with my last card, which is the Emperor. Right? Mm-hmm. The Emperor doesn't ask for permission. The Emperor tells everybody else what's happening, right? The Emperor is not one to be like, so do you think this is a good idea? Are you willing to go along with it? And no, the Emperor is like, okay, this is what's going to happen, and this is your job.
Here's my decree. Yeah.
Right, my decree. Right? You need to be the Emperor of your own life. You get to just decide the structure of your life. You decide how it's built, how it runs, right? This is interesting. Authority. And the shadow card goes along with all of this too. The shadow card is the High Priestess, right? It's that doubt that you're having, the doubt of your intuition, the doubt of being able to be connected. Don't doubt that. You obviously have that connection really strongly with these cards, right? It's that doubt that's causing the stumbling.
Yeah. And so you know where you want to go and how you want to be with this. But it's, again, it's time to meld the two together, to be you in the physical world instead of having your spiritual, non-physical world and your three-dimensional world. It's just time to start melding these two. I have a feeling this is just like a natural chronological thing that you're entering into these particular years when these two things come together in marriage, instead of thinking you're going to, the marriage between two human beings, it was what makes you whole. Now this is the marriage between your wiser self and your earthly experiential self coming together a little bit.
Two sides of the same coin is what I keep hearing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got this. They want me to make sure you understand that this is not an indictment, that you're not doing anything wrong. This is a natural progression, and it's just time to
part of your evolution.
Yeah, and it's just time to really believe in yourself, and just, it doesn't matter how many people that you necessarily get to agree to come along with you on the ride. This is really about you riding your own ride.
Putting yourself back on your own throne.
Yeah. Sweet.
Oh, and they're done. That was a quick just disconnect.
Huh?
That was a crazy disconnect. It was like, okay, we're done. I'm like,
yep, yeah, me too. Yeah, just I got
I'm like, okay.
Next.
I guess the message came through that she was supposed to have. Hope that was helpful, Maria.
Yep.
Next, we have Jamie. Also would love a message from her guys. Yes, Maria. Much love to you too.
Thank you. You too. Much love to you, Maria. It's good to see you here today. I don't see you that often, but it's really good to see you here today. I don't know what tool I need for Jamie. This isn't it. I need a tool, but I don't know what it is.
They want me to stick with a jack-o'-lantern for this. Okay, you insist.
Well, they keep telling me to pick up my rattle.
Oh boy.
This is a Hawaiian gourd. Super affordable. Made on Maui by someone from Maui. I don't know what that is supposed to. Oh, it's the right thing. Oh, it's something. It's. This is your druid team coming through. They're being kind of pranksters. The first thing they say is they want you to make a mud pie for them in the new moon. Put lit candle out with the mud pie. Oh! It's a mud ball. The mud. It's not a mud pie. It's a mud effigy for whatever it is your intention is to bring into your life for the next phase. Coming into this phase in the seasons, they whatever you want your fall and early winter. The overriding theme of your fall and early winter, they want you to make your little mud effigy and put a candle burning. I learned this one a long time ago in Dallas, where you wrote it down on a piece of paper and you put it under the candle, the little votive candle, and if the candle burned all the way down through the night, you made good magic. That's what they're showing me. But the difference is, instead of writing it on the piece of paper, to make the little mud effigy and think of your intention while you're making that. That little thing should represent your intention. You got homework, girl.
No wonder you had to pull out the rattle. So, first card I pulled was Five of Swords. And I just keep going to this face in the clouds. Just keeps going to that face in the cloud, and you see the person kind of looking up at that face. So there's definitely some major guides coming through talking about, I don't know, this is about your own thoughts, right? How often your own thoughts get in the way of what you're trying to do. And that whole thought of being able to win something gets kind of caught up in your whole system, and you get so focused that you're almost cutting off your own head just because you're just overthinking everything. And that's what I'm getting very strong from here. They're saying it's time to jump on that horse, start living your passions, right? Plant those wands that no longer serve, so you have room for the wands that want to come in and help, the passions that want to come in and help guide your horse to, I keep going back to these pyramids, like there's something that you're meant to be going towards, and your thoughts are driving you in a different direction, and they want you to stop thinking about it and start feeling it, right? Start feeling that passion. Where are you being drawn towards? And then the final card here is the Four of Pentacles. There's something that you're like desperate to clutch and to hold on to, that they want you to just finally let go of. You're not free as long as you're clutching this thing, okay? Until you're able to let go and really just let go, you'll never be able to get up and continue the journey. You'll be stuck, just holding, in that holding pattern. And the shadow card underneath card is the Fool. So your guys are definitely like, it's time to just let everything go. Take that leap of faith. Stop letting your thoughts kind of dictate what you're doing. Let your heart help drive you, right? Let your passions drive you. Because your thoughts are just like, I just keep seeing a hamster in a wheel, just going. So
I keep hearing the word justice. That there's some kind of a meditative walk about justice and fairness. And I think being around animals can kind of be something that demonstrates that path a lot, because a lot of animals aren't treated very well. And it can be a challenge because, everybody always tells us life's not fair. I'm not really sure that I have the whole depth of what this means for you. It feels like this is like a really strong soul intention of yours this time around about fairness and wanting those that have done wrong to have repercussions. And what they're telling me is they're asking you to abandon that and find a different way to look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of wanting someone to face consequences, instead the way to work out that desire for fairness is by saying, well, maybe you weren't treated well in the past, but guess what? You're treated well now. And that can do the balance instead of waiting for the wheels of justice.
And Jamie says, it's school for the cards from you, Jonathan. I understand what Betsy's message is.
Oh, yay. Cool.
I see Kristen Louise said, hold off on my reading. Need to go take care of something. Okay.
Just let us know when you're back.
Yeah. So next we have Debbie Aquarius. Hope that was helpful, Jamie. Yeah, those cards were definitely schooling you. I'm like, sorry.
I think it's freeing. What I'm getting about this is that it's not comfortable. It feels a bit volcanic, like you're watching the lava rise, and it's uncomfortable at the point. But ultimately, instead of an explosion and eruption, what I'm getting is to simply turn around and face a different direction, and you can be free of it.
Oh, they want me to switch decks.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah, they're asking me. Okay, I'm supposed to pick this up. I am supposed to pick up my quartz skull.
I'm finally going to meet my future daughter-in-law's family. How's it going to go? Ooh.
Well, I like it that I was told to pick up the clear quartz, which literally, it's the literal representation of empty your mind of expectations. Clear your mind of expectations. Wait for questions. The old saying is better to keep your mouth shut and let them wonder if you're an idiot than open your mouth and remove all doubt. Keep a mystery. Keep a little mystery. That let these new people in your life want to leave this first meeting, this first situation with them wanting more. Think of it like a talent show. You want to go on, you want to get their attention, but you don't want to drop your best trick on the first try, because then you've got no place else to go. So keep a little in reserve, keep some mystery. They're saying dress very precisely. They're not, they're saying nothing low cut. Absolutely nothing low cut. This is going to be not well received if you do a low cut something on the top half, not too short on the bottom half. Not that I'm doubting anything you might do. This is just what they're telling me. Be very precise. Make sure you have something on that's a forgiving fabric that doesn't wrinkle, that these things are going to be noticed. And have your accessories on point. Don't put this earring on and that necklace on. Think about it as the whole. I know it sounds a little Jackie Onassis, but this is the message, is think about things in the whole. Set up your first thing that they see like an editorial magazine shoot. What message do you want to convey to them on their first impression? Because, first impressions, we can't help it. We just bang. There's a reason speed dating works for some people.
For some people. Oh, hi, Kelly. Disney Cats Wellness.
Hello.
So going along with what Betsy was just saying, first card I pulled was the Ace of Swords, right? So approach this as if you're learning a new way of thinking. That's what I'm getting from this. Like, these people are not going to think the way you think. So you need to be open to the way they think, right? But also, the sword cuts both ways, right? So be open, but also be open with sharing your thoughts too, is what I'm getting here. The next one I pull was the Empress. So I have a feeling that the mother figure, I think the mothers need to bond, is what I'm getting here. The person that you really need to focus on is your future daughter-in-law's mom. Okay? That Empress energy is really strong in this reading. This is like, if the mothers don't bond, the whole thing will not really quite work. But I feel like with this Empress here, it's saying that the mothers have the potential to bond. Okay? Especially with our last card here, which is the 10 of Cups, right? Which is the happy family. Everyone enjoying each other's company, right? Being able to be happy in that moment. So, I almost am hearing, don't get too far into the cups. Like, don't let the liquor flow too much. Have that fine balance of like enough cups that people are relaxed, but not so much that they're too relaxed. But overall, I'm seeing that, like, if you approach this as something new, the start of something amazing, some start of a family, right? And that this mother-in-law will be a sister to you. That is kind of what the vibe I'm getting really strongly here. Is that the mother figures need to bond, and then the rest of the family will fall into place.
That makes so much sense. That so validates what they were saying about the tacky appearance, or thinking through the appearance thing. Nothing provocative, nothing suggestive, because what we want is your future, your daughter-in-law's mother to look at you like a sister, like a friend, and not competition or threatening in any way. And she said, we've made attempts to meet up before and something always comes up. I'm hoping for the best. We love their daughter to pieces and they love our son. Oh, this is really good news.
Yeah, I think it's
really good news.
With the final card being the 10 of Cups, I think this is really positive, truthfully. Like I said, the center card is Empress, so it's the two moms bonding. It's the most important thing about this weekend, okay?
And the jokesters that are hovering around me today say, enter into this like you're going to a new church for the first time. Wait and see what happens. Be friendly, be cheerful, interact, but
right.
Approach this with a little bit of
be mindful, right?
Yeah. Almost like you're on a job interview. But not that it's not quite that severe. It's not quite that severe.
No. But I mean, meeting people for the first time, it's hard.
Yeah.
Not to
judge,
right?
You know what I think it is? I think Jonathan's nailed it about the two moms have the potential for being a good pairing. It may feel so comfortable that you let your inhibitions down a little too quickly. So that's why they're saying keep a little mystery.
Well, and the Ace of Swords is also known as the Sword of Truth. So I think it's a message to you to, always be truthful. Don't like skirt around the truth. Just be truthful, straight to the point. Okay. I could be asking for a reading next week about how things went. I love that.
That's cute.
Okay, let's see. It's weird we know so much about each other and nothing at all at the same time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and if that sword of, or the Ace of Swords, the person was hiding behind the curtain. So it's like the truth is there to be seen, but then the person holding the truth is not seen. So that kind of goes along with that same vibe.
Oh, guess who's coming down the street, Jonathan?
Oh, trash truck.
Okay. I'll mute myself when he gets here.
Next, we have Peter and J. Watts. There's time. I would love to hear from you guys.
They have
asked, like this trick or treat tarot, apparently.
Well, it goes perfectly with our vibe today, doesn't it?
Right.
They've asked me to pull a card from the good old RWS.
If the backs kind of match.
Yeah, my plans went downhill pretty quick. I had a costume all figured out with wings, and one of the straps broke as I went to put it on. So
obviously, you're going to wear what you're wearing right now.
Exactly.
I was gonna be all like medieval, like a Robin Hood figure, but I couldn't find my Robin Hood hat. And then I got like a wild hair up my butt to paint my face. So here we go. Here we are.
Oh my goodness. I got you. You want to go first, or you want to?
I'm still pulling. You go right ahead.
You're still pulling. Okay. So I had a couple of jumpers. We'll just introduce them together. Temperance and the World. And the first thing I got on this one was, just be mindful about how much time you spend in the world. And that's, the subjective. It's media, social media, and all this. I don't think I'm going to worry about you too much with this because I know you guys have really got life figured out pretty good. I think it's just a general thing that maybe there might be a topic of interest coming up on media, and you may have a desire to investigate this a little bit more, and it's a little bit of a trick. It's a little bit of a trap. So just be mindful about not getting too invested in what's going on with the bobblehead suit people, the talking heads. And then as the joke they threw in, this is you. So, girl, you got this. What you doing looking out there? Why?
So to answer your question, Peter, I did a leopard print. Yeah, I did leopard. I was thinking maybe tiger, but then I don't know. Leopard just seemed appropriate, and I know Betsy loves leopard print. So.
Indeed.
Here I am. Oh, Vicky says that my question disappeared. Oh.
Try it again.
Yeah, I tried it in again.
Oh, here comes the buddies. You're
gonna mute? Okay. So it's funny that you pulled the World because the first card I pulled was the World. But this is a funny world because it's so the Fool is also this little creature ghosty. But the Fool, the pumpkin is empty in here. In the world, they've just finished their trick-or-treating. Their pumpkin is overflowing. And the whole world is their oyster, is what I just heard. So I don't know why oyster has anything to do with candy, but this world card is really talking about how, yes, you're part of the world, but the world is part of you. And don't let that world pull your strings too much, right? The next card I pulled was the Sun. So find those things worth celebrating, right? And you have a lot to celebrate. I know you do. Your table is full. And our final card here is Six of Cups. So there's a lot of nostalgia for you this time of year, I feel. Don't get so caught up in nostalgia that you're not making new memories for later nostalgia. I just heard that really strong thing.
All majors.
Well, not the Six of Cups is major.
We remind you of who we're dealing with here.
I know, right? Okay, so Peter says the grandkids tested positive, so we're keeping close, and this election's freaking me out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the world is weighing on you, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They just, it's like they're shaking their finger at you. Girl, you got this. What? Right? What?
Well, and a reminder that happiness is an inside job, right? Being able to be happy in the moment is a very strong skill, and not a lot of people have it. That's what that Sun represents, is being able to embrace what you have, be happy with what you have. The nostalgia thing is interesting. And I just realized last card is Six of Cups, and then the shadow card is Seven of Swords. So you got 6, 7 there, right? But make sure that the nostalgia doesn't turn into something negative, is what I'm getting here. Like the nostalgic feelings could cause negative thoughts because what was is no more, right? And now you're thinking, oh, I'll never get that back unless I steal it or force it to happen, right? Or, there's the house down there, right? Are you about to go TP somebody? That guy's about to go TP that house. So don't be a sneaky little raccoon like that.
They're telling me that you could influence the tide of the world by standing outside, calling up all your energy, and remembering the truth about how powerful you are, and to send that strength out to the world. And that feeling of assuredness about, the world may seem like it doesn't know where it's going, but Peter knows who he is and he knows where he's going. Send that to the world. Send that to the world.
He says it is, and the outcome of this election is out of my control. I already voted. In that case, you need to just let go because you did your part, and whatever else happens is what's going to happen. Right?
I myself, you already voted. Do you even think it? Do you really think that counts in this world? I'm sorry. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, don't start. Those will never end.
Not starting.
And look, I go to put the world back into the deck, and what do I put next? It's right next to the Fool.
Oh, sweet.
Right? So here you go. Are you going to be the happy ghost full like with the candy all like overflowing? Or are you going to be the sad little ghost with the sad empty pumpkin? It's your choice, right? You can see life, the cup half full or the cup half empty, right? It's all about pessimism versus.
And remember, we are changing. This world is changing significantly. It just may look a little messy for a while. but trust the process.
Yes. He says yes.
Cool. And I think Vicky got her question popped back in.
Yes,
Let's check that. And Kristen is back too.
Oh, okay. So we'll do Vicky and then we'll end with Kristen. Actually, we'll do Kristen and then end with our second.
Yeah. Okay.
Came across a deer this morning. Was it just random urban wildlife or was it a message?
Message.
There's no such thing as random.
Message. Yeah. So, So what is deer? What does deer represent? You know, they're very gentle animals. They do know how to defend themselves. They're very prolific. They're very good at surviving. They even
They're
under
messengers for certain gods.
Oh, and we humans tend to think of deer as very gentle, kind, delicate beings, but they still survive. They're still winning. To remember that soft demeanor does not necessarily mean there's no strength backing it up. That's what I'm getting.
Great question here. Does the deer have antlers? That's a great question, Kristen Reeves. No antlers, doe, I think. Young, definitely. Okay.
Definitely. Do a little research on deer totem. Go for it.
Mm-hmm. I know for me, every time I see deer, I think of either, the Green Man, Kernonu, Cern the Hunter, or even...
Perfect for fall and new moon and Halloween. Perfect.
Oh my God, why am I blanking on her name?
Artemis.
So no, it's a Celtic goddess of the ways who comes to travelers in the shape of a doe to lead them on the path. And I'm blanking on her name. Totally blanking on her name.
I'm going with Google Celtic deer goddess.
Ellen, thank you, Kristen Louise. Yes, Ellen of the Ways.
Okay. Cool.
It gave me chills actually speaking her name out loud. So I would also look into Ellen of the Ways. That, like, I named all those other gods, only that name gave me the shivers.
I like it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So first card I pulled was King of Pentacles. Let me get the question back up again. Okay. So first thing I pull is King of Pentacles. This is the wolf, obviously, after eating Red Riding Hood, there's the basket of treats, right?
Kind of looks like Joe Dirt.
So for me, the King of Pentacles is actually you being like very comfortable in your life. Everything's just the way you like it. You've set things up so life is very self-sustainable, is the best way of describing it. But then the next thing is Eight of Cups, right? Your cups are full, but at the same time, you're always looking for that next cup. The deer is help you remind you that you already have everything you need. So why are you thinking that you still need to keep fighting for more? That's just getting really strong. And then it ends with, so we got King of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, and then Nine of Pentacles. So you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Ellen of the Ways is showing you that you don't need to keep pushing if you're already in a good space, right? You have everything you need in the moment. And the shadow card here is Three of Wands. And the zombie. Actually, isn't that from American Werewolf in London? Wasn't that the guy that his friend killed, and then he became a ghost that haunted him?
So I don't know. It's too long ago. I don't remember.
So don't let those internal ghosts haunt you and push you to thinking that you need to keep going. Because Three of Wands is like, do I stay? Do I go? Do I get on this boat and leave? What's going on? What do I do with myself? And this is really telling you, I think the deer also is a message that you are right exactly where you need to be. She says, wow, that's wonderful. Right on.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting very strong that the deer was just a message for you specifically, that you don't need to keep striving. You don't need to keep like pushing to keep going, because what else do you need at this point? Right? And
you're welcome.
The doors just closed as soon as I said that. Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And then finally, our final one for now is Kristen Lewis. I was just tasked to teach a class on witchcraft at the Spiritual Life Center of the college I work at. Advice, insight, encouragement, and appreciation. Claire, before you do that, Claire says, Werewolf in London, they were told stay on the path. You're already on your path. You don't
I love this.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Thank you. Thank you, Claire.
Yeah, I think pretty much the message is you are on the right path. Stop looking for a new one. Okay. Thank you, Vicky, aka Wiki.
That's it. Are you reading Pamela's reply?
Pamela Batcher says, I'm also shivering hearing Ellen of the Ways per Google. She is probably the most ancient female goddess that there is on mainland Britain today. Believed to die back in the Old Stone Age.
Nice.
And then Vicky says, ding, ding, message received. Oh, they want me to switch again. Oh.
You know something, Kristen? I would want to ask you a couple of questions about this. Who is taking the class, and how long is the class? Is this like the Spiritual Life Center of the college? I don't understand what that is.
Is this the same place that you did your tarot class that you did recently?
I'm getting a caution flag on this one. I'm actually seeing a caution flag. Undergrad students. Okay, so this is like a regular college degree kind of thing?
I think it's just like it's not like necessarily for college credit. I think it's just people sign up for a class at this center. Because I know that she did the tarot class and had like, I think she had like 26 students or something crazy.
I don't think I'm going to say a word.
No. Okay.
Other than what I said.
No, it's for spiritual development, not academic. For kids curious about doing witchcraft.
This isn't about you, and this isn't about the topic. This is a concern for the safety of the people that would be taking the class, that may exit the class thinking they're all of that, and they are not, and endangering themselves. That's what I'm getting.
So, first thing that pops out, 5 of Wands. Watch out for conflict around this class. Okay, there's that face in the sky being made by all those birds. So I'm feeling there's a lot of people, maybe even the higher ups, deans and stuff, have very specific thoughts about this situation. and may even fight it, is what I'm getting here. So be willing to fight for it if need be, but at the same time, don't let your internal conflict cause issues. Okay, don't let the internal conflict cause issues in the class. Next one is 8 of Wands, so it's going to go quick. Like once the class is agreed upon, it's just going to happen. It's like you're going to be prepping, and then suddenly it's there, and then suddenly you're teaching, and then suddenly it's over. So really focus on what little tidbits of information need to come through in that short amount of time that you have those students. Okay, and don't let those ideas be a conflict, right? So that's how those two go together. And then our final one is the 6 of Pentacles. So this is really also about you sharing your wisdom, sharing your physical experiences in the realm of witchcraft. And the shadow card is the Fool, right? Being able to take that leap of faith. But it's like, yes, you want to pass on the knowledge. You want that knowledge to be transmitted quickly, but at the same time, it's I just keep coming back to this 5 of Wands. There's probably going to be conflict around it, especially if someone who's in that spiritual life center who does not agree with witchcraft might chime in and cause issue.
I'm also getting about how is this going to affect how you are perceived on campus afterward? Is this going to affect your credibility in the academic world? I'm not sure what it is that you.
She's a librarian at the school, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't want to end up being the creepy aunt. I mean, like, look at Emma Thompson's character in Harry Potter. You don't want to be her. So
Kristen Louise just works at a cubicle in the library.
Yeah.
And she says both the workers there, it's their ID and the chaplain. I'm not seeing conflict from within the center. Mm-mm. It's more like someone higher
bigger
up.
Picture. I would just change the word. Change the word from witchcraft for sure, and gear it towards paganism or something else, or call it earth divination. Call it, if you're going to do it anyway, because you already heard what I said, if you're going to do it anyway, remove the word witchcraft.
I think that idea of witchcraft is going to cause the conflict, right? Well, the 8 of Wands is also all about communication, right? Emails are sometimes what people read the 8 of Wands as, like emails going back and forth quickly. So I would just email the chaplain, make sure that there's no one above them that's going to have issues. Because I see this being like, yes, you want to be able to bring this out, teach, but the same, I mean, you definitely, I can see that you want to share your knowledge, right? It's just doing it in a way where no one can fault you.
And what exactly, if you're, because to me, when I hear a class on witchcraft, that to me says you're going to be teaching people how to craft spells, how to cast spells. It's just the word. Change the word if that's not what you're going to be doing, because that's to me what it sounds like you're going to be doing is teaching kids how to make spells. I don't know that anybody wants that. And I mean, the students that are going to be doing it, how are their parents? What would their parents have to say about that? I know they're college, but still, just language, right? Just be mindful of the words.
She says maybe the Christians at the center will not like it. Right.
You
like
think?
Earth religion or like
earth religions. Yes. Pagan traditions. Earth divination.
Earth religion.
If you call it earth divination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, I mean, overall, I think it'll be good just because of that 6 of coins coming out at the end. That, I mean, you are passing on what you know to people, but you have to be careful about wording, first of all, like how you advertise this class. And yeah, just be careful of the conflict. I feel like there's going to be conflict around it. So Wiccan studies.
I think this is the first time Jonathan and I are on opposite poles. I'm just getting the red flag.
Big no. Well, that's what I got with the. I got that with the conflict, but I mean, overall, it just.
And just what are people going to think of you once you put that name tag on? Hi, I'm Kristen, your teacher of witchcraft. Just because the class ends doesn't mean that people still aren't going to associate you as that person. And what exactly are you planning on teaching?
Thanks, guys. I hate conflict, but didn't think about the Christian students in the Baptist chapel in there, right? So, oh, hey, Carla. Welcome.
Hi, Carla.
Ancient wise one, says Peter.
Oh, look! Just the minute ago, it flashed so fast. I looked up and the timer said 1 1 1 1 1.
Thank you, Carla. Okay, I'm being told we are done except for the collective.
Yep.
Magic of the ancient wise ones, says Peter.
The magic of the ancient wise ones. Yeah.
Well,
practical magic can
cause like
to
have conniption fits. So
Earth religions.
Earth religions. I think that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Or Earth divination, or Earth religions. I think is probably
Earth religions sounds wonderful since you're in a religious.
Right, and it's very neutral, right?
Yeah.
Because Earth religions cover witchcraft, shamanism.
I was asked to pull a chakra card for all of us while you're doing your thing. I think it's appropriate. Are you still drawing? So I can just go ahead and show mine.
Go right ahead. Hi,
go
Tony.
ahead. I'm going to go ahead and show mine. Third eye for all of us. Third eye. New moon, eclipse, yada, yada. We all have the ability. Let's all embrace it together. Because, when you're by yourself and you're spiritual, that's great. When a person comes over that's spiritual, 1 + 1 = 4. So if we all take a moment to honor our intuitive abilities and skills and send that out into the world, let's all send that to Peter. That's all. And so he can get a dose, a bang. And yeah, we just got to keep being true to ourselves and appreciate our own talents.
Oh, let me get rid of. Sorry about that. My final reading, I got the 8 of Swords. Don't let your thoughts keep you trapped. Same thing that we got at the beginning, right? Don't let your thoughts keep you trapped, right? And it's interesting too because the hat has like, I'm seeing like a little window right where the third eye would be. So even if you're blindfolded, that doesn't take away your sight if you are tapped into your.
And look, her blouse is a big kitty cat.
Meow. Oh yeah, kind of looks like me. The next one I got was the 4 of Swords. So, we're entering into the autumnal time, the time for rest. And again, swords, the thoughts. Time to put down those thoughts that no longer serve. Put down those thoughts that don't bring rest, right? That make you restless, so to speak. And funny, in the first reading, I pulled the 2 of Cups. And again, I get the 2 of Cups as my last card here. So, this is all about connecting with like-minded people connecting with your tribe, finding those that support you in all ways. Right. So it's like, stop getting so stuck in your head and start thinking with the heart, and especially with those people that help you in the heart, right? The ones that help you. I'm just seeing the two cups going back and forth there. So it's like they're nurturing each other. So find those people that help nurture you, nurture your internal emotions, your internal passions, the ones that help put those crazy thoughts to rest. And then shadow card, I always have to look at the shadow card. 7 of Pentacles. Okay. So this time of year, it's all about the harvest. It's also about rest. It's about connecting with your loved ones. You know, we're about to enter into the holiday season. Right. So it's being able to be in the moment. Know that not everything's going to happen instantaneously. Some things take a while before you can harvest, so to speak. And this is the shadow, so it's underlying all that other stuff. Oh, you were talking about judgment. Look what happened. Look what's under the 7 of Pentacles. We got judgment, right? So it's a time of rebirth. It's a time of, like, a lot of ancient cultures. This time of year is the start of the new year, right? We don't wait until the days start getting longer to call it a new year. Because in a lot of cultures, especially ancient cultures, the day ended at sunset, and the new day always started with night, right? So dawn is in the middle of the day, right? So that same kind of concept is just, yeah. Oh, and they just took all my brains out of my head.
Yeah, I'm absolutely gone too.
Whoosh, they just shut me down.
Gone.
I just have to pop this up. Yes, Tony, I am color coordinated. Not only with that, but also with my drink.
Sip, sip.
Sip, sip. So, Betsy, what do you have coming up on your channel?
Pop on over to Tarot Stash. I will be with Gerald at the top of the hour with a laugh and learn about psychic hygiene.
Ooh, I'm definitely not going to miss that one.
What about you? What's coming up?
I don't think I have anything else this week. But next week, November 1st already. What? Next week's November 1st?
Yeah, right.
Lisa Santine returned to my channel because her newest deck, which is an oracle, I don't know what you call it, the Destiny deck Oracle Lace, has finally come out. It was a Kickstarter, and the decks are out, and I have my copy, and we will be talking about that new deck next week. Yeah, and it's very interesting because unlike a lot of Oracle, I didn't think to grab it, but unlike a lot of Oracles, instead of just like the key word at the bottom, it's actually like a phrase, a sentence for each card. So
cool. And, you know, if next week is November, that means I'll be having my Psychic Sisters First Friday live readings coming up on the first Friday of November.
And I'm wearing my sister's necklace.
And
you're wearing Foxy. I love it. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Thank you, everybody. So good to see you all. Thanks for all your questions. Yes. And a hooey ho.
Aloha. I think I need to go wash my face.